You know what? I have been accused of being anti this, anti that at times, and that's okay. In this climate, maybe a black man, a man of color, needs to be. And it goes for black women also. But we love everybody. You're listening to Devil Tongue.
There's a mother.
On Spreaker.com. www.spreaker.com. Thanks for showing us love. Please continue to follow us on Spreaker, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Skype, devil.tongue@gmail.com. And as the title suggests, Black Klansman, but I'm not referring to Spike Lee's movie. At this date and time, it hasn't even come out yet. I'm just referring to the ignorance and the racism that has been expressed, if not displayed openly, by non-people of color towards people of color.
People who decided to put their rights into play and play stupidity.
Case in point, true story. I was coming home from work, and just so happened, actually, I'm going to let the precinct remain numberless. But NYPD, I hope you listen because you are on notice for this BS. Police car actually got on the driver's side. You know, they were on the left lane, on the right lane. No issues, right? I happened to glance. My windows were down. You know, my radio was off. I happened to glance up, looked over. You know, kept them and turned facing forward because I was just looking for a place to park. As soon as the light turned green, they jumped right behind me and pulled me over. Now, when the officer approached, he said, "You have a tail light out." I thought he was, listen carefully to what I'm about to say. I thought he was telling the truth because I did have an issue previously with my left side tail light. I fixed it, but I was saying to myself, "Oh man, here we go again."
Here's my question.
Well, wait. Listen to the story. So, the officer asked for my license, and I played the veterans card. Shout out to all vets. I get my license and my VA card. When he saw the card, he was like, "What's this?" I said, "My VA card. I'm a veteran." Then he asked, "Is your license clean?" "Yes, it is." "Okay, I'll be right back." Mind you, I don't even think he spent 30 seconds before he came back, handed me everything, and said, "Okay, you're good to go." Now, remember, this cop said I had a tail light out. The very next day, went to my mechanic and said to my mechanic, "Hey, could you just check my tail lights for me? Because I think I have one out." Mechanic told me, "You don't have any lights out? None of your lights are out." So what? The light went out just when the cops happened to be there? No. The cop profiled me. I'm saying it loud and clear. I was profiled because, what? I'm a black man, a big black man in a vehicle, and you just felt you had to see if I was riding dirty? Is that what it was all about? Yes. Both these officers were white. One male, one female. So I'm putting you on blast for that. You were saying something, Phantom?
Yeah, I want to know, how would he know when your lights were out, he was beside you, and
right.
You pulled up beside him? So it was like, yo, how would you know that?
Even though I actually took off before they did, but mind you, the point is, the light was not out. My tail light was not out. They just wanted an excuse to pull me over. Why? Because, again, you thought maybe you would find something?
It's funny when you talk about that,
Uh-huh.
because I know as a lot of y'all get pulled over, and it's usually as black males, and it's funny because I did get pulled over too, and the funny thing about me getting pulled over, it was about a stop sign that wasn't there. So I was like, she was like, "Oh, you went through the stop sign." I was like, I looked at her like, there's no stop sign there, but okay. I just agreed with her.
Right.
I just agreed with her. Because I looked at her like, there's no stop sign there. But I said, okay, I went through the stop sign. But she didn't give me a ticket. And the funny thing is that I'm old school. So what happened is that I had my window closed. So she was like, you're supposed to have your window open. I said, no. I was taught that when a cop comes, you tell me to put my window down. She was like, oh, no. When I stop you, your window's automatically supposed to be down. I said, okay, now I know. And then she said, she asked me the question, when last have I been stopped? I said, ma'am, I haven't been stopped for like over 20 years.
20 years, mind you.
All right?
20.
I said, over 20 years, I haven't been stopped. And so she was like, oh, no wonder. And she said, but next time when somebody stops you, make sure you have your window down. I said, okay. And I told her, she said, let me see your registration, whatever. I asked her very nicely, can I go to my bag, which is right beside me? She said, okay. She let me go into my bag. I pulled out everything for her. Matt, check this out. She didn't even go back to the car. All right. She looked at everything right there and was like, okay, just be careful next time. I said, okay, I'll be careful of signs I don't see. Saying that in my head. I was like, really? Y'all ain't got nothing to do sometimes. And you know what's funny? I'm going to tell you a story, okay? This was like years ago. This had to be like in the early 90s, right? Mm-hmm. I had a light out. My front light was out, okay? And so the cops came and rode with me for like 4 blocks to let me know. So I said to the cop, how would I know my light is out? I don't have an indicator in my car that tells me that my light is out unless someone tells me my light is out. So he was like, okay, you got a point there. So then, as he's sitting there, and I guess he's trying to grill me or whatever, because I'm like, yo, dude, you're going to tell me something I don't know because I don't know because I don't have an indicator for it. So when they got a call for something better, homeboy told me everything so quick, fast, in a hurry. He was like, oh, just mail in the receipt. Here's all your papers, shoving them in my hands, and then went off. I said, really? I said, you got a call for a real crime? Okay. I was like, dude, really?
You know,
I said, you just be like, to me, the way I look at it is this. Sometimes when there's a real crime, y'all ass ain't doing your job. But if it's something petty and stupid, y'all quick, fast, in a hurry to be on something on that.
But the real problem is that it's mostly people of color, black males, black women, older black men and women, that, you know, we're the ones being profiled, being pulled over, being put into illegal chokeholds. As far as me being a black Klansman, at least the ideology behind it is to start shutting these racist bums down.
But you know what's... I'm sorry. Go, no, you finish.
Okay, I'm not advocating anything other than fairness and justice. That's all I'm advocating. Spike Lee's movie is, I guess, based on a true story. Again, I haven't seen it as of yet, as of this broadcast. But let's face it, the Invisible Empire, they're legit. They exist. We don't need to go into the history of, you know, lynchings, Emmett Till, etc., etc. But the fact is, to this day, they are out there, and a lot of them are police officers. A lot of them are, you know, in government. Don't act like, you know, you're brand new, because you're not.
You know what kills me? It's like people feel like this whole white, I don't know, tattletaling, I want to call it.
Right.
You know, because it's only white people who are doing it. Tattletaling, what is it? People telling on little girls who are selling water. You know what's funny? When they be the drug addicts, drug sellers, hustlers and all of that, you ain't calling out a damn person. But somebody doing, you know, minor and legit, then you want to go and want to call somebody on it. You want to call people at the pools. You want to do this and do that. But you know what's so funny? We ain't calling your dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? When you up there doing something stupid and illegal as usual.
Well, let's say specific examples. Just like the man who called the police on a woman at a complex. She was at a pool for sun, and he demanded to see ID from her. Well, she was absolutely right. I don't have to show you ID. You know, he ended up resigning because he was probably going to wind up getting fired. But what was that harassment all about from the jump? Nobody, unless they're just being foolish, is going to enter a pool unlawfully. They don't live there. They're not visiting someone there, and use the facility as if they did.
Now, here's my thing. What about the little girl who was selling water? What was the person calling on her?
Right.
Was she like a gangbanger? Was she up there selling? And you know what's funny? You the same person that be like, I don't want them on the system. Why you ain't got no job? This, and that. But then here it is. You trying to make money legally. Ain't hustle. You know, you ain't up there robbing, hurt nobody. Excuse me. And you still get shitted on.
You know, we have, society overall has got to truly learn to stop the pettiness in terms of, I'm going to call the cops on you because you looked at me funny. Or because I'm afraid you might do something.
But you know what's crazy about this whole thing? And I don't know if it has to do about the presidency, but I feel it has to do a little bit about the presidency. It's funny, when we had a black president, everybody was on their P's and Q's. Everybody was trying to be PC. Everybody was trying to be racially correct. Now you got trumpet order. You feel like you got diarrhea of the mouth. You ain't got no respect. You feel like you could do, and whatever the hell you say, whatever comes out of your mouth or how you feel, you could jump on that. And that's still not right. Because how many black people want to jump up and punch you in your face? But you know what? We don't.
This didn't even go on when Bush was in office. You know, and it's disgustingly out of control because when and where is it going to end? When there is another, I'm not advocating this, but when there is maybe another, racially motivated shooter? These are the questions we can't answer because there really is no answer, or you just don't like the answer that's going to come out of our mouths.
And my other thing is, why don't you use the cops respectfully and correctly? If there's a murder or a shooting or a rape, that's when you call the cops. Not when somebody's trying to get their little hustle on and they're not hurting nobody. And you up there talking about permits. Where's your permits when you are doing certain things? You're not asking your buddies and friends when they up there giving you and selling you things, where they permit at. How about when you last bought Girl Scout cookies? Did you ask that Girl Scout where was her permit?
You make an excellent point. I'm going to also talk about something. This was a tragic incident that happened, and people, we've got to do better. This also happened to the basketball player for the Milwaukee Bucks, Sterling Brown. A lot of us have done it. All of us still tend to do it. Woman pulled up into a handicapped parking spot. No, she did not have a handicap plate or the placard. But her boyfriend took their son, ran to the store. Again, maybe some of you honestly don't do it, but a lot of us have done it. Okay. She parks in a handicapped parking spot, guy runs to the store. Figure they're going to be no more than 2-3 minutes. Whatever. Another guy pulls up. This is all, by the way, I'll mention a couple who's black. White guy. Mind you, he's not even handicapped. But he immediately starts to scrutinize the woman in their handicapped parking spot. He's not handicapped, nor is he in law enforcement. And he starts giving her fever about where she parked. This happened in Florida, by the way. Now, here's the rub on that. And this is what really sucks. The guy decides to take it upon himself to, shall we say, police this lady. And what he does is that he ends up killing the boyfriend when the boyfriend comes out to her rescue because he feels she shouldn't be parked in this parking spot. My question is this, and my question is always going to be, what gives you the right, when you are not in law enforcement, to take it upon yourself to try to tell someone else what the hell to do? That's not see something, say something. Mind your damn business.
And it's, you know what it is? That's what's happening all over the place is people feel like they policing themselves, but they really policing stupidity.
Exactly.
That's what's actually happening. You look real stupid. Because guess what? If that was white on white, preferably, it would never been called. No. All right? Preferably, it would have never been called. But guess what? If it was white on white, trust me.
And if anything, if he really felt that strongly about it, then call the police. Hey, they'll be gone by the time the cops even get there. But the bottom line is, I'm not going to say bottom line is don't park a handicapped spot if you're not handicapped. The bottom line is, mind your business. Because you know what? If that had went the other direction, if he or she had pulled out a firearm and shot him, then what would be said? But bottom line is, harassment is harassment, and that guy was harassing both of them.
And also, I want to put a disclosure. We are not racist.
Not at all.
We're not racist. We're just pointing out what's happening today, which is really cuckoo crazy, all right? We're just pointing out certain things that are happening that it's just, it is race-based. It is.
Right.
But it's just not fair.
You know, and again, you know, when you know better, you do better, right? We all have got to do better. There's really no excuse between our broadcast, plenty of other podcasts, and plenty of other commentaries out there for us not to be on the same playing field as far as treating each other better with respect. You know, I don't want to sit up here and say, oh yeah, I'm a black Klansman. I'm not. But ideology, if I need to infiltrate the white right just to get into your heads and find out what you're thinking and up to, oh, it's going to happen. You better double tongue believe that. Anyway, we got to go.
All right, then.
You know,
we appreciate.
Always, and we don't hate. And we'll have more commentary and music for you next time. Thanks a lot.
Bye.